Okay friends, hi, welcome to another Renae's recap. I am in the car because when I get home, I'm just not great at recording. I don't know what it is, but sometimes I'm really like inspired and I can record and it's great. And then like this week has not been my most inspired week, so I haven't been doing a great job at recording. So basically I'm going to be recapping basically from Thanksgiving all last week, and then I'll recap this week later. Okay, so basically Thanksgiving was great. I stayed in St. Louis. I know some people were asking if I was going home. No, I don't typically go home unless I have like an extended amount of time, because I am from Virginia and so it's far away. I mean, it would be faster if I get on a plane, but my dog is older now and he just really does not do well when he's boarded. And so to eliminate all that, I basically drive home every time. So I drive like 13 hours home and back. And so for my parents to feel comfortable, for me to feel comfortable driving that, one of my parents typically flies to St. Louis to drive with me and ride with me back and forth. All that to say, for Thanksgiving, I don't go home. I spent Thanksgiving honestly having a break. Like, I did nothing. I did a little bit on my thesis, but that was because I was so bored. I've binge watched The Crown. I laid on the couch most of the time. I cooked myself like a mini Thanksgiving dinner. And that was honestly all I did, and it was so nice. Like, I never get to have breaks like that, and so I was really intentional about, okay, Wednesday starting at midnight, no more work until like Saturday, Sunday, when like I typically would do work. And it was the greatest thing ever. Like, I just keep thinking about like, wow, I really did it, because I have such a hard time disconnecting from work that I will like just do it. And I just didn't want to do that, and I really needed a break, and it was so refreshing. I feel so good. And then after that was the next week. So that Monday was my birthday, and it was great. It was a nice chill birthday. I had class all day Monday, and basically after class I'm kind of like brain dead, and so I didn't do anything on my actual birthday. I was just like so exhausted, and I treated myself for lunch on my birthday, and that's pretty much all I did. So then let me look. Tuesday, nothing really happened. Tuesday I had my external placements, pretty chill. My kids are doing, some of them are doing a lot better than others, but we are getting there slowly but surely. Wednesday, I had my ethics exam, and I was so stressed about it. Like, he was like, it's gonna be 20 questions. It's gonna cover the whole last semester, or the last half of the semester, and you know, just reread your notes. And like, the way the class is structured, it's so much material, and it's so hard to prepare. And so like, I just knew going into it that I was gonna flunk this test. Like, I knew it, and I was like, there's no way, because I have no idea what I'm supposed to like come out of this class knowing. Like, there's no, like, I'm still not 100% sure what it is I'm supposed to be coming out of that class with. I mean, like, yeah, only thing I really learned is like, if you are in an ethical dilemma and like you go to the code, it's probably too late, because you should have been going to the code from jump. But it's just like, there's so much material, and I don't know what's important and what's not important, and I really have a hard time with that class. All that to say, I'm really having a hard time with that class. And I took the exam. We get there, I'm like stressed. Like, you know how like sometimes when you get stressed, like you can't sleep, and like I couldn't sleep the night before. I woke up early to study, and I felt awful, and I was like, okay. Sorry, the car behind me moved. Anyways, I felt awful. I went into the test. It was 7 questions. That's it, just 7. And I for sure knew 2 questions on the test, like 100% for sure knew it, like, oh, I know the answers to these, blah, blah, blah. Knew those 2. There were some I was a little fuzzy on, and I was like, okay, I know enough to answer this, but I'm not exactly sure what all he wants. And then there was 3 on there, and I was like, I'm pretty pretty much wrote the same answer for all three just about. And I was like, okay, well, I don't know. But that was the last ethics class, our last final, and I have no idea how I did, and I'm honestly okay with that. Like, if I don't get the grade back, I will be okay. If I just get the final grade, whatever. Like, I am so just over it. Like, I was so stressed out. Like, I wish I could explain to you how stressed I was about that exam. And then to go in, it was 7 questions, and then I knew some of it. And then to top it off, like, as I was finishing and I was about to turn it in, he was like, oh yeah, question number 7 is the bonus question. I'm like, wow, that was the question I actually knew. And I'm like, okay, well, at least I got the bonus. Hopefully that buffers those other 3 I was really iffy on. So yeah, I have no idea how that went. And then Wednesday night, I went to happy hour to celebrate my birthday with my friends. And so if you follow me over on Instagram, you've already seen this clip, but I am gonna insert it here with my friends, and it's really cute. I really like it, so enjoy that. Yeah, and so that was like super good. I was so grateful and thankful that people wanted to come out and celebrate my birthday with me. It was really good. Like, I really had a great time, and honestly, I just didn't think that many people were gonna come. I thought it was just gonna be like maybe 2 or 3 people, because typically, I don't know if I've ever talked about this on camera, but typically my birthdays don't really go over well because people say they're gonna come and then they don't, and it like really disappoints me. But this went really well. And so then that brings us to Thursday. Nothing really happened. We did have a really good like professional development seminar where everybody talked about talked about their external placements and like problem solving if you're having issues at your placement, how to like fix them and stuff. It was really good. Friday, I had a feedback session with one of my kiddos and their parents. It went really well. Went surprisingly well. I was not expecting it to go as well as it went, but it went well. And then I had my eye doctor's appointment. So a few videos back, I talked about my eye vision is going out, and basically that appointment was pointless. He basically was like, well, you're just gonna have to kind of deal with it because it's likely that you're having migraines, and that your vision going out is like a pre-symptom of the migraine. And so basically I just have to deal with it unless I can figure out what triggers my vision going out, like if it's food or bright lights or whatever, and then try to proactively take headache medicine so that I'm not having headaches as much. So I'm kind of disappointed with that, but I mean, it is what it is. At least it's not anything more serious or anything like that. So that's the update on my eye. And then also this week, well, 2 things. One, over on my Instagram, I'm doing like Vlogmas, but like with pictures on my Instagram. So I'm posting every day in December. And then, yeah, so be sure to check that out. That was random. And then also this week, I've just been dealing with a lot of like personal stress. My grandparents are both sick, one more sick than the other. And it's just been a lot of like personal life stress, and it's just like a sobering reminder that like, even though like I'm in grad school and I'm in this like bubble, like shit is still happening outside of this bubble, and it's really scary. And sometimes it's really hard to deal with, especially because I live so far and I can't just go home, or I can't just go to my family like I would like to. And that has been really hard for me, because I would like to go home and be with my family, but it's like I can't because I live so far. So it's just like another reminder of like, hey, don't move so far away, because stuff is likely to happen as you get older, because like my parents are getting older, my grandparents especially are getting older, and yeah, that's all I really want to say about that, because I don't really feel exactly comfortable talking about it just yet. But yeah, it's just tough cookies, because it's hard, because like you can't be there, and a lot of times you don't know exactly what's going on, and so like you have bits and pieces of information, and then like for me, my mind kind of like runs wild and like fills in the blank with like whatever I think could happen, and that's not necessarily what's true. So all that to say, yeah, life stress happens, and it hit me really hard this week, and I've just been trying to like compartmentalize it, because on one hand, like as a therapist, like I have to be able to give so much to people and have to like, I guess like compartmentalize my feelings, but also I just can't deal with it right now, because like I have so much shit going on here that like I just don't have the like bandwidth to deal with anything else. And so I've kind of like done a very maladaptive stress coping mechanism of just like packing it away and just being like, okay, well, we'll deal with that box later. And I haven't dealt with it, and I probably won't deal with it until I get home and I have time to really deal with it, I guess. Yeah, so that's what's going on with me. Yeah, so we are about to enter finals week and the last week of classes, and I'll talk about this in the next recap. So yeah, all that to say, I'm okay, I'm alive, I'm trying to just muddle through the last little bit of the semester. And yeah, so if you're not already following me, I kind of mentioned this earlier, follow me over on my Instagram. Yeah, I really like my Instagram page, so you know, follow the kid. And if you're not already subscribed, please consider subscribing to my channel. I don't always talk in the car. Oh, my mother is calling me, so 1 second. Okay, sorry about that. I had to talk to my mother. Basically, if you're not already subscribed, please subscribe to my channel. I am not always in the car. I will be vlogging soon my transition home. Like, I'm not moving home, but traveling home. Well, actually I'm not even going home, but I'll talk about that in next week's video. So going home, seeing my family, I'll be vlogging all that. I vlog about grad school, I talk about clinical psych, I talk about getting into grad school, all that good stuff on my channel, and I hope you consider subscribing. And I will see you all next Monday. Peace out, and I love you all so much. Bye.